bitty steering wheel.
Little bitty steering wheel.
Where's A?
Alright. And confirming we are live.
Is this A? No, that's B.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ping my Discord real quick.
So where's A?
Apologies for the noise. He's building the One Piece. The One Piece is real.
Don't get much higher. So happy. Where's A? Oh, this is A.
Alright.
Stream. Oh, it's that thing. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Where's my cutters? They're there.
Okay. Okay. Bam.
Oh,
Garden
the double
Ambient?
audio is awful.
Oh, it's awful?
So I'm on the live stream right now,
Yeah?
and I'm hearing my own voice.
Oh. No, you're fine.
Your voice is terrible. You should feel bad for yourself.
Is it just not picking up... Hold on, is it just not picking up... Hold on. It sounds fine. To me, at least. On the preview. I'm just gonna wait for a couple people to trickle in as it gets closer to 7:30, and we'll officially start at 7:30. So we can just chat for a little bit.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, as we chat, I am going to move around some model kits and figures in my room.
Cool.
Since it got more somehow.
Somehow. I'm going to go ahead and turn you up on like my end so that they can hear you better.
Where do I put Goku?
At the very top.
It is Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Oh, heck yeah.
Do you have him? Do you have a smaller model that he can look like he's about to utterly destroy?
I have Kid Goku.
So what pose is he doing? Is he like standing and he's like looking down, looking up to the side, hand out?
No, it's called an anniversary figure, so it has all the Gokus in one little pillar thing.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
And for some reason, my perfect self figure is just him pointing. So
Okay,
I just
I'm back.
put it right next to Frieza dying, and it looks really funny.
Okay, so
Like,
I need...
Like it's Namek Saga Frieza doing his like final attack.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like how I positioned it, he's trying to grab Cell's balls.
Alright, well, it's 7:30 and there are 0 concurrent viewers. So, I think that's about as good a time as I need to start. Alright.
Where are my clippers?
Welcome to those who have joined the stream. Or, let me rephrase. Welcome to those who have yet to join the stream. Today... we're doing some, it's like just chatting, but with extra steps. We're doing, so yesterday? 2 days ago. Yesterday. It was yesterday, yeah. I was thinking, gee willikers, it sure would be fun if I were to make my own Dungeons and Dragons tabletop RPG system. I don't know why I thought it in that specific voice, but here we are. So basically, if you don't know, a TTRPG is a tabletop role-playing game, which is, it's like your Dungeons and Dragons, your Pathfinder, etc., etc., etc. I don't know why I'm explaining this as if people are already here. I'm just getting it out of the way for the VOD, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically, so basically, I started writing. This is a 15-page document so far, and it's only going to get longer. Something I really like around in TV shows is like when it's like a detective show, but they have their little gimmick.
So, you mean hell, I'm a detective, but I'm also the devil.
I'm a detective, but I'm also the devil. I'm a detective, but I'm also psychic. I'm a detective, but I'm also a sociopath. I'm a detective, but I'm also obsessive compulsive. I'm a detective, but I'm an aliens. You know?
I'm a detective. I'm a detective's son, who has a really weird book.
Isn't Dexter about like a detective who's a serial? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just talking about Dexter's Laboratory. And I was really confused.
I was too.
I don't know how to do the Dexter voice, but if I did, I would say like, "I'm a detective." That's not what Dexter sounds like at all. A little gremlin detective.
That's Laboratory Dexter.
But yeah, that's basically the entire system is so far is. What if you were the detective and you had to solve the case and you did it with the power of being a slightly above average IQ normal human person? That's the system. That's the whole thing. And I'm so far. Here's what I got so far. I got 6 classes. I'll start with the basics. It is, instead of a D20 system like Dungeons and Dragons is, it is a D6 system. So instead of rolling a D20, you roll a 6-sided die. It is a modern setting with no magic because I'm lazy and don't want to write magic rules. It has it'll be, instead of an overarching campaign, you would have more case of the week style sessions where it's like 1 to 2 shots, where it's like one session, 2 sessions, or 1 or 2 sessions, and then you're done and you move on to the next case. But there could be an overarching plot depending on the module. And ideally it'd be around 3 to 5 players, maybe 6 if you want to get one of every class, but that's just like, that's if you want to, that's if you want to get like the everyone gets to play one class type of thing, which you can't really do in like D&D because there's 13 of them, but yeah.
Hi, casual.
Hi, Terp. How are you doing today?
You're on stream.
That's
You're
on recording now.
I know I'm on stream. I'm insane today. I have had 3 sodas, and I am hyperfixated on this. I do not care.
Drink of water, my guy.
Nuh-uh.
Also, hey, it's a local Asian Weller.
Yes, this is Weller. He's one of my college friends.
Hello.
Well, Weller, this is a literal child. He got into my Discord, and I don't know how.
Yep. Hi. I'm 7 years old. Definitely.
Yep, he's 7 years old.
Yep.
Yep.
You sound like a 7-year-old.
I don't know if that's a compliment, but sure.
Alright, so here's what I want to get done today.
No.
Anything. That's what I want to get done today. We got 2 hours to do it. Let's see what we can cook. Let's see what we can cook.
We can't cook.
We can't
Too
cook.
many chefs in the kitchen.
Too many
Yeah, that's
too many
probably
chefs in
true.
the kitchen, way too few ingredients. But we're gonna make a ratatouille or something. I don't know. You can make that with vegetables.
Listen, man, I
Yo,
just made
where's
some
the rat?
chicken.
Where's the rat?
where the rat at?
How is it?
I'm hiding
Where's
in.
the rat at? We
Yo-
need the rat.
We
This
need
is a no cursing server, right?
we need the biggest
Yeah.
rat who makes all of the rules. I am
Hey,
very
let's just hire Charles Entertainment Cheese the Third.
Yes, sir.
I am very on point with my streamer energy today. I feel I am.
Have you drink your honorary Monster White?
I don't
The
drink
white
Monster. I don't drink. Terp. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
What did
What
we do?
happened?
Why would you do that? Why would you in
What
my
happened?
in my
Doing
live
thing.
chat? In my live chat.
What happened?
Now people are gonna watch the VOD and just see the first chat message be skibbity toilet.
Oh my gosh. Turn up.
No, I can be worse.
all right. Anyways, so class overview for the 0 people who are watching right now. We've got the officer. As an officer, it is your duty to protect the citizens from dangerous criminals and stop crime in its tracks. Whether you're a lieutenant, sergeant, patrol officer, or even the chief of police, you made a vow to keep the city safe, and you intend to keep it. Whatever the case you're assigned to, you treat it like it's the most important thing to you. If you've always dreamed of being a cop or just found you were good at memorizing penal codes, you're an officer now, and you'll honor your badge. The basic idea for this class is it's your fighter. I'm ignoring that. It's your fighter class, but mixed with a little bit of paladin. So like it's like in terms of it's fighter in terms of like it's the default it's kind of like the default class, but they have to like kind of follow the law and then like keep an oath of sorts. Yeah. Then we got the observant. As an observant, you have a good sense for hidden details. You've always been able to pick out when someone is lying to you. You can tell when something in the room is just the slightest bit off. It used to help you figure out what you were getting for your birthday. Now you just use it as a tool to solve cases. Your distinct knack for finding the hidden and minute has always been your greatest strength, and now you know how to use it exactly to you know exactly how to use it to its full potential. This is like your psych, your monk, your Columbo. I noticed that there's a broken piece of like a knife handle that's over there in the corner, or there's wood shavings in the carpet. They must have worked at a lumber yard or that kind of thing.
It must have been Jesus.
Yeah, this wine tastes like water. It must have been Jesus.
Holy retribution.
There's too many fish on the counter.
Like this is your I'm gonna pick out the small details that no one else can really see. It's not like no one else will be able to find the details, but this class is more suited for finding those details. Then the genius. As a genius, you are smart. Big Brian. Smart, if you will. I haven't written a description for this class. But it's kind of like the House MD, Sherlock Holmes, like they.
My favorite detective.
Well, it's a thing. It's a mystery. It's a mystery show at its mystery show at its core.
That's fair.
Jimmy Neutron, brain blast.
Yeah, this is Jimmy Neutron brain blast to the class. Like you've got, it is it's like all about it's like if the other classes are about finding the pieces, this class is about putting the pieces together. Then the serendipitous. As a serendipitous, you're not usually the type to find clues as they seem to find you. Whether it be luck, happenstance, or just pure coincidence, you tend to stumble into cases and find your way to the culprit accidentally. This hasn't stopped you from making a name for yourself as an investigator, though. You've been involved in, or have been at least near, several high-profile cases, and the linchpin for the crime has usually been found by you, if not intentionally. So this is like Scooby-Doo, Inspector Gadget, Leslie Nielsen in Police Squad. They're not like your typical like 1940s Private Eye. They are more the whoops, I pulled the candlestick on the fireplace and the fireplace swung around and revealed the secret lair. It's all about stumbling into the truth rather than logical conclusions. So you're still gonna find things. It's just it's not necessarily like you're looking for them. You just happen into them. Then the vigilante. As a vigilante, you are after one thing: justice. It doesn't matter who you have to go through or how many laws you have to break. You'll get to the criminal first and deal with them personally. Maybe you feel like it's your duty to the city to get lawbreakers off the streets, or maybe you were kicked off the police force due to excessive violence. Whatever the situation, you're working on your own terms now, and whatever it takes, you'll be the one to crack the case. This is Batman. This is just Batman.
I was about to say.
Like, this is just Batman. This is just the Batman class. I haven't come up with anything for it yet. And then finally, the gentleman. As a gentleman, you are sure of yourself and everything you do, and it doesn't matter if no one else is. You are fairly laid back compared to your other investigators of your caliber, and yet you're still very capable. You're not the smartest academically, but logically you're the smartest there is. Your genius lies not in your brain or brawn, but in your wit and words. You always get your man, because nobody's perfect, especially not criminals. This is like Hercule Poirot, Benoit Blanc. This is the I'm going to like sit in the back corner and watch, and then put the pieces together all myself, like in the find it all I'm just blurting out the synopsis to Knives Out. But this is the class that's like they're more suited for getting smooth talking information out of people and getting like hunches based on people. Like, they can read people. Basically, that's one of their abilities. Then you may notice that there's, like, these parentheses next to each of the classes, and that's because they're what they're suited for. There are 3 different encounter types that I came up with. Altercation is combat. That's self-explanatory. Investigation is your Phoenix Wright, I'm going to look in the room and tap everything until I find a clue. That's the actual searching for clues portion. And interrogation is talking to a suspect. This is the Phoenix Wright, cross-examination, hold it, take that. That's what the interrogation thing is.
My God, you gotta put some more
Yeah.
power when you use those
Sorry.
words.
Hold it! Take that! That's better?
Yes,
Perfect.
that's much better. I can see the touch of death combo right now.
Yeah. Objection! Is it better? Yeah, alright.
Yes, much better.
Perfect.
Yes, good job, Casual.
Thank you. I try very hard. Notably, you may know from other TTRPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, like Dingeons and Dungeons. That's definitely what I was about to say.
Vision and Dragons.
Like from other things like that there is no subclasses. That's because I'm not writing subclasses, because that's way too much work and I don't want to. Instead, the customization comes from traits. So traits are like kind of a mix between feats and proficiencies. So like you have like, for example, there's a thing that's like dumb luck. That's the thing that the serendipitous starts with. Each class starts with a tier 2 trait. If you roll a 1 on a d6, you can choose to turn it into a 6, and you may use this feature 3 times per case, for example. Like, there are features that, like, that help you with solving the case, help you with, like, specific encounter types, help you with your character build, etc. And there are 3 tiers, but we'll get to that. Mechanics, I haven't worked a lot on, but I have some. Hit points, we're going to ignore hit points because I don't know how combat works, so I don't know how health works yet. But I do have this idea for regional damage. So, like, if you get hit in the left arm, right leg, torso, head, etc., like, it's going to do different things. And you might end up getting hit too many times in the shoulder, and suddenly you can't use your right arm anymore, because it has to heal.
Yo, Dwarf Fortress.
Abilities and skills.
Warhammer.
Abilities and skills, we got 6 skills. It's kind of usual, or 6 abilities rather, and those are sense, smarts, suave, speed, strength, and stamina. And then 4 of them have 4 skills attached to them. 2 of them have 2 because I couldn't come up with enough for strength and stamina. But basically, sense has sight, hearing, smell, and instinct. Smart has tech, medical, history, and strategy. Workshopping that last one. Suave has persuasion, intimidation, distraction, and confidence. Speed has vehicles, reaction, agility, and stealth. Strength has might and fortitude, and stamina has adrenaline and endurance. They are the they're kind of like your like generic like D&D skills, like for example, persuasion and intimidation and history and stuff like that, but more suited for the campaign, with like the setting.
Yeah.
Conditions, I don't have any. Oh, I do have standard. I have distribution of skills. You'll start with like the standard distribution of skill modifiers. You don't get like a standard array of like 15, 14. No, hold on. No.
15, 14,
15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. Yeah, that. You don't have that. You just have modifiers. So, because it's a D6 system, 1 skill will be a +2. 2 skills will be a +1, 2 skills are a +0, and 1 skill is a -1. Or, you could alternatively start with all of your skills at -2, and have 15 points to spend to improve the skills by 1 per point, up to +4. So you might have +4 in 1 skill, and +1 in 1 skill, and then -1 in 2 skills, -2 in 2 skills. So you're really bad at everything, except for suave and strength. You know, like, that's your character gimmick. So like it allows for a lot more customization, I feel.
Yeah.
Encounters. We'll get to that. That's about all I have written so far. Any questions?
Not right now.
Not right now?
I guess. Yeah, because most of the stuff I would have questions for, you haven't made yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because, I mean, I guess one thing, right? Since you don't know how HP is gonna work,
Yeah.
except you could do stamina.
Like,
Yeah.
like the stamina stat, or stamina, like...
I mean, yeah, based off stamina or something, like stamina and... What was it? Can you go back to the...
Yeah, the stats are,
Strength, suave, stamina.
Yeah, I would say, like, I feel like HP should be connected to stamina.
Yeah, I figured it would be. Like, HP right now, I have it listed as, whenever your character levels up, your HP increases by some number, plus your stamina modifier, plus any trait bonuses.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Sorry. I feel like, what was it? Oh yeah. So, this is gonna be a wild reference for like for inspiration, right? In the Persona games.
Okay. No, continue.
with me
Continue.
now, right? All the physical and gun skills or magics
Mm-hmm.
take away your health/stamina. That might work with this kind of campaign.
All the physical stuff takes away from your stamina.
Yeah, basically. So it's a system where, sure, you could just beat them with your strongest physical, but now a quarter of your health is gone.
Ooh. Hold on. I got an idea. What if your amount of actions you can take is determined by your stamina modifier, minimum of 1? Because, like,
yeah.
the way I'm thinking of encounters would work is everyone gets 1 action, and that can be like, everyone gets 1 action, and not like action, bonus action, movement, whatnot. But like everything is just like, hold on, someone in my chat just said make a skibbity rule.
That was.
I know who that was.
Yeah.
Don't think I don't see you. But yeah,
Wait, that's the next stat. Wait, no, sorry. Continue. Not gonna say that idea.
7 stats: sense,
No,
smart,
no,
suave,
say it.
speed, strength, stamina, and skibbity.
No. Here's what you do. What's the charisma one?
Suave,
that one?
suave.
Yes, switch that with skibbity. There you go.
All right, cool, bet.
That's the opposite. You get that for minus like 5. You get skibbity.
I'm sorry, casual.
You're fine. You're fine.
You're too naive. Voice crack. My bad.
I'm too nice. What?
Shut up.
Were you about to say I'm too nice, huh?
Yes,
I'll show you
was.
being too nice, punk.
Luffy during most of his arcs.
Anyways,
Oh, wait, where did Rock go?
he's good question. I think he's building a model right now.
Yeah, he's building the Thousand Suns.
Say
I'm just-
my name, says Anne.
Actually, I finished, but I forgot to unmute.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Good job, Cart. Or
Yeah, good job, me.
Yeah.
Good
Me.
job, Carp.
Me, causal carp scarps. I am the streamer.
The best fishing channel since I don't know.
no, that has to be your April 1st video.
No, it's like,
Either that or the other one I recommended to you.
yeah.
You just play Bass Pro Fishing.
Bass Pro, that'd be fun. Actually,
No, you travel to the Brass Pro Shops pyramid.
well, where is that? Is it in Georgia?
No, I think isn't it in Tennessee?
No, you're right. It's in Tennessee. Yeah.
So you gotta go down to Memphis.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too far for me. I don't want to.
Womp womp.
The content.
The content. Yeah.
Yes.
I spent
That's how you do your face reveal. Just in a Bass Pro.
Absolutely not. Let's see. So the classes, I want to I feel like I'm not sure. I'm torn between finishing one and adding the basic ability for the other three that I'm missing.
I feel like you should focus on one.
Okay.
And then when you have this could also work for another thing, just add it to it, but then come back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, it would be either the Gentleman or the Observant, because those are the ones I have two level abilities for.
I feel like Observant is going to be the easiest,
Yeah.
maybe, to round it up.
Yeah, so the Observant's gimmick is, their first level ability is called Clue Sense. Whenever you find an object or detail you believe to be important to the case, you may expend one use of your Clue Sense. If you do so, the Game Master tells you how important that clue is to solving the case. I'm gonna also, this information is only relayed to you unless you choose to share it with the party. Like,
Yeah,
I want.
You can just choose to keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I want it to be like it's like kind of like Psych, where it's like, oh wait, I'm getting a vision. Check the couch or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking now, right?
Yeah.
For like a final thing, instead of like beating the big bad in a battle, right? You just have this this bullet board with all the evidence. You gotta connect it all. It's like, it was him.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm picturing. Is like, it's less about the combat with the big bad Lord of Destruction.
Yeah, it's more
and more
like
about like
the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have it going from levels 1 to 10.
I feel like that's enough.
Yeah, I feel like that's enough.
A one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need past 10.
Like the idea is you can carry these characters on to more cases. Like it's just a matter of like either leveling them down or leveling them up, or like swapping their traits.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Oh, good
Hopefully
night.
the stream is good.
Good night.
See y'all.
Good night.
Have a good night. Oh.
He's gone. All right. Anyways, I'm doing it like alternating first, third, fifth, seventh, ninth, 10th, something like that. I'm not entirely sure yet, but like they get a first level feature and they get a 10th level feature. That's set in stone.
I mean, you can always do it so it's, let's see,
Up to
every
the DM.
level.
That too.
You know, it's a what?
Who are you asking with this question?
Weller.
Okay.
Weller.
Yeah, what's up?
What
Sorry,
were you saying about like you can always do it as what?
Like every other skill, so it's 1.
It would be 1. Then it'd be
5.
1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then no 10.
1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, yeah.
That,
Yeah.
I mean, D&D does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get an ability at 19th level and then 20th.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
You can always do that.
So that means 6 abilities per thing, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Sorry, my microwave was going off.
It's all right. So the third, I guess, will be the third level feature. Is the third feature is something's missing. Is when you are investigating, you are able to sense if something about your surroundings is off. When investigating an area, you can choose to expend a use of Clue Sense to roll a d6. If you roll a 1 to 2, you are unable to determine the location of the clue. If you roll a 3 to 5, you are able to determine the general area of the clue. And if you roll a 6, you know exactly where it is. If you roll a 1 to 2, you do not expend a use of it, Clue Sense, and once you use that feature in an area, you cannot use it again in the same area until the next day.
I really like that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that little. You not be able to spend it, but you still can't use it.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, that'll be really easy to just re-roll over and over.
Exactly.
Again.
Yeah.
And then the 10th one is the Columbo skill.
Yeah, the 10th level feature is called One More Thing, but I don't know what that's going to be yet.
It can always be like during like you're interrogating someone, and if the player believes that their story doesn't add up, but they can't like outright say it, that can be like getting information out of them directly, like forcing information out of them, like based on like I don't know, like intimidation.
Well, but isn't this the investigation guy? Shouldn't that kind of ability be like the 10th level for
for the gentleman or
something?
that'd be for like the gentleman more than the
I mean, hey, why not just put it for the gentleman?
That's a better idea.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hi Anne.
Oh, you exist? Wow.
Okay,
Shut up.
so
I had a real quick thing to say about leveling.
yes.
I didn't catch everything, but it sounds like you're doing leveling. You're trying to do leveling every other level,
Yes.
or like a feature of every level.
Yeah, but
Do you get anything in the off levels?
yes. I'm thinking either you'll get extra trait points on that level, because as you can see, there's a trait points table for like you get like +1, +2, +5 at the 10th level up. I'm thinking either you get extra trait points, or you will be able to do something else with a feature that I haven't made yet. But like you will get something. You will get something in those in betweens.
I would have it on levels where you don't get a feature, you get your trait points / ability points, and on levels where you get a feature, you just get the feature. It's way simpler. Because you're doing kind of like a half and half system, Fallout systems have only traits, and so you just get trait levels in that. But if you have classes, if you have built classes, you want the levels where they're getting class features to just be the class feature. It's a lot simpler. D&D does this with like 2 exceptions, which is spell slots.
Yeah.
Because you sometimes level up spell levels and get more slots, and it doesn't tell you if you look at the table, which is one of my least favorite design things about D&D. But I would just do that, and it also makes, if you have multi-classing as a thing, it also helps make that fairer.
20, 21, 22, 23. So get one of those.
Additionally, I heard this mentioned earlier. There is a tabletop RPG system that I know that uses stamina as the combat hit points, or stamina as like combat temp HP, where you go through your stamina and then you go to your hit points. I don't remember what system it is, and I was trying to figure it out, and it's really bothering me, but that's because stamina represents one's ability to keep up in a fight before they start getting hit.
Yellow Apocalypse's epithet erased. That might be what I was thinking of, but then I was
It's not what I was thinking of, but I believe you that it is.
Yeah, no, because like you, I've been playing way too much Persona.
My worry
I
with
have Persona in mind.
my worry with having trait points be every other level is there's different tiers for traits, so it's not like everything only costs 1. There's things that cost 1 trait point, things that cost 3 trait points, and things that cost 5 trait points. And the idea was
then allow it that every time they get a new trait point, they're allowed to reallocate them.
Then casual, what I would do is I would do trait ranks as 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points, and give them 3 points every level.
That would work.
Because 1, 3, and 5 are a little arbitrary when you don't have anything else to spend it on.
I like that. Probably 1, 2, 3, and then 4.
Yes, yeah, sure. If it would just be easier that they have to spend all of their trait points at each level up.
I'm also saying that
Because
I'm also saying that you can accumulate trait points.
Yeah, that's a weird mechanic, then you will have party members more powerful than others in the levels where they haven't spent those trait points yet.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree. Like, just have a flat like increase.
Yeah, I would give them 3 trait points each time they get them, and then just have the largest trait they can take cost 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 every level? Or every other level, every other level, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, some of them are going to be, like, a lot more useful, and then those are the 3 trait point things. And I was also planning on having a system where you could basically buy like, for example, there's self-defense training, which is like +1 to encounter like a basic attack in an encounter, and then there's martial arts training in tier 2 that's +2 to the attack and encounter, and then having a +3 in tier 3. And then like the thing, it wasn't like you had to spend 1 and then 2 and then 3 and you're spending 6. It would be like you get a discount essentially on buying. So basically, you buy self-defense training, and then martial arts training only costs 1, and then you can buy that along with something else. And then tier 3, the tier 3 thing would only cost 1 after you bought the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that as a concept.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if you're getting 3
But if you're getting 3 per thing, you can just skip all that and go straight to this. So, that would mean I would have to require the prerequisite.
Yeah, I was
either
gonna say that.
Prerequisite, or just require the prerequisite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can absolutely do prereqs. You should do prereqs, because if you have the equivalent of a spellcasting, not literally magic, but that type of class, then you can lock things that would only apply to those types behind the prereq of being in that class.
That's the other thing, is I was hoping to do something where it's like the traits can be used by anyone, and the classes have their own specific abilities.
Yes, but you still might have a trait. I think it still might be beneficial to have traits that say fighter, monk, or barbarian.
Okay.
And those aren't your classes.
So, like,
that type of thing.
So like, but what about?
Oh, it was Fallout. Duh. Sorry.
What about things like dumb luck or database that the classes get automatically at the start? Should those also be? Should those be available to everyone? I feel like it should be available to everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to elaborate. What are those?
Okay, so for example, the genius gets a trait called database. It's a tier 2 trait, which means it costs 2 points, and you can remember everything you've learned, and you automatically start with that at first level.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Classes are just full giving traits now?
Yeah, but they only get the 1 trait at the start, so that way you have a trait to start the class with.
Does it get a different class feature at level 1?
Yes, it gets a class feature and a trait at level 1.
I just wouldn't do the trait thing. I would have all features that come from classes, you just give them to that. And then if you want to have traits that only apply to specific classes, just fully section that in the traits. But I wouldn't do any traits that only apply to one class.
Well, it's not the traits that only apply to one class. It is traits that anyone can use, but the one class gets it automatically. Like dumb luck, you roll a 1 on a d6, you can choose to turn it into a 6. That can be used by anyone, but the serendipitous gets to start with it.
Yes, I like that. That is good. That's similar to. That's how. Well, no, that's not how that works. Never mind. But yeah, I like that. That's good.
My soda's done.
Okay, now go get some water.
Nuh-uh. Alright,
Yaha.
fine. I'll be right back.
Good.
What's the matter with you guys? Make me be healthy? I'm a streamer. I'm not supposed to be that.
Hey, now that the streamer's gone, I can now say anything. I am unchained now.
Also, Annie, aren't you supposed to be driving somewhere?
No, I'm no longer driving.
Oh.
All right. Are you gonna be here for the rest of the stream? Because we got like another hour and a half.
I will be here for however long I can be.
Epic.
Is the truth. I don't know.
Okay. So, notes from that are. I'm gonna put them up here just to remember them. Trait points are now every other level. Traits.
Every level where you don't get a feature.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Traits are.
Maybe every level you don't get a feature, and 10th level, just because, you know.
Yeah.
Max level.
Yeah.
I would say every level you don't get a feature, and first level. Not 10th level because you get a feature, but then what you just have is that's just unlimited leveling then, in theory. Every level past 10th is just traits.
Yeah, that's exactly that's what I figured it would be, if you wanted to do past 10.
Oh, this bed doesn't. What the hell is this?
So.
And then are you a D6 system by virtue of whatever your score is in a stat is how many D6 you roll?
No, I picked D6 because I wanted to challenge myself.
Okay. The best D6 stats or D6 systems in my mind are if you have a 3 in strength, you roll 3d6 for a strength check.
It
It gets a little messier when it comes to combat, but not even really, because you're not gonna be attacking.
I will
with
show
strength
you.
if you're
I'll
not
show you
strength
how I did
character.
skill checks.
Oh boy.
If in the event the player game master asks you to roll for a skill check, the player will roll a d6 and report the number on the die. If a player rolls a 6 on the die, they may roll an additional d6 and add that to their original number. After this, the player adds their skill modifiers, if any, and any bonuses they receive from their traits. If the final number meets or exceeds the game master's set success threshold, I called it success threshold because I wanted to be different instead of calling it difficulty class because I thought it would be funny. The check
Call it
succeeds.
difficulty class.
No,
please.
no. Success threshold. Success threshold.
Now, fine. Bro thinks he's special.
You can't stop me. It's called
Other
a success
systems call
threshold.
it difficulty class. I promise you. Okay. Anyway,
Well, not
sorry,
mine.
I got so blinded by rage at success threshold. I genuinely did not hear anything else.
If it's like so, you add it. So it's a d6. You roll. If you roll a 6, you get to roll another d6. Limit of 1, so it's not like infinite 6s. You add after that. You add your skill modifier, if any, and any bonuses you receive from traits.
Okay.
It's determined by the game master. The success threshold, difficulty class, whatever you're gonna call it, is determined by the game master depending on the action that is being declared or the difficulty of accomplishing the action relative to the character. A success threshold cannot be higher than 12, as that is the maximum roll the player can have with no modifiers or bonuses in place. So 12 is like the cap.
So let's several notes. Casual, you're getting a bad grade on this one.
Cool.
You can D&D has success threshold, or God, has difficulty classes of 30, right?
Yeah.
Because players have modifiers. Even normal humans would have proficiency in something, even if their skills are average across the board. So, I would say the difficulty can be anything you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them some examples, because like the DM's guide lists what an easy check is, what a hard check is, what an impossible check is.
Okay.
Second thing, I don't think rolling 1d6 exploding once is a good system in general. D6 is very small, right? There's only 6
Yeah.
faces on it. Crazy.
What?
And that means that whatever modifiers you have are massive. So in D&D, if you have a +3 to a skill check, right, that's not big in comparison to the die. If you have a +2 when rolling 1d6, that's a third of the die.
Okay.
So that's why I again would return to roll the number of d6s as your score in the set. With the minimum being 0, where you just add, and then you have a modifier too, and you can decide the modifier for something else.
So wait, you're saying that if they don't have any points in that one skill, they roll 0d6?
They roll 0d6 and just add their modifier.
But their modifier would be 0.
Well, I'm saying their modifier from like other stuff. Their modifier from being skill proficient or whatever.
I'm not doing proficiencies the same way though.
Okay, that's whatever. But
Like,
from their modifier from whatever.
So here's how I think you might have missed the distribution of skill modifiers.
Sure.
So
I know the 6 stats.
one skill is +2, 2 skills are +1, 2 skills are +0, 1 skill is -1. And alternatively, you can start with everything at -2 and have 15 points to increase everything by 1. Up to +4.
Okay, so you're doing minuses. Who Fallout does minuses? How does Fallout do minuses? I think Fallout is a D20 system. Okay, so if you want to have negative modifiers, that does throw a wrench in the plans. The way to bring over a multiple d6 thing is to say that 3d6 is the standard, and then your modifier is how many extra d6 you roll.
But that means you might means you might be rolling 7 d6s.
Sure. You can have a +15 to stealth as a rogue at level like 6. Which isn't the equivalent of multiple d20s, but you know. If you want things to be low chance of, if you want, it depends on how much difference you want between a player's best skill and their worst skill.
Okay.
if you want there to be a very slim amount of difference, you need to have your modifiers be like percentile less away from each other. So it's, what do you want? Do you want a person who's really good at strength to be like worlds better at punching things than they are at remembering things or looking at a book? Or do you want it to be like only slightly better?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking.
Well, no, do you think no? I believe you. I trust.
I believe in you. You got this.
You've got mail.
You can do it.
I don't, cause like, I talked to one of my other friends, and he said he really liked the idea of like, you can be in a -2 to start with for the alternate distribution, and he really liked the idea that you can be like, really good at 2 things and then just garbage at the other things, because that like, it's like kind of challenge. It's a little bit of a challenge thing. I will be adding ways to increase your things. Like there's a tier 3 trait that's all your skill modifiers increased by +1.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
It has a prerequisite.
Okay.
Half of your skill is a +1.
It is.
I'll hold my judgment.
So you start with Adept, and that's a tier 2 trait. So it requires 2 of your points. And
the balance of this skill is indeterminate right now because it sounds like the actual skill system is going to be.
I might have to change it because I don't know how balancing works yet, because I don't know how I haven't done all the mechanics yet.
So rolling a 1d6 and adding a modifier means you have very little room to play around with modifiers until someone's modifier is bigger than the d6.
Yeah, eventually it's just going to be the point where it doesn't matter to roll.
Where the roll is like, because if you think about it, it's going to be more of the dynamic when you have guidance cast on you and you get to roll that extra 1d4.
Yeah.
It's going to be more like that. Which is fine if you want it to be that way. It leads to a lot more consistency, though, which is bad for storytelling.
I guess have them be slightly better than World's Better.
Slightly better?
Slightly
okay.
Better, yeah.
So for slightly better, then you need to have larger dice pools. A larger base dice pool.
Okay.
Because in D&D, if you think about it, being proficient in intelligence, or being proficient in Arcana at level 1 means you have a +2 to that stat, which is very minor.
What if it's 3d6 with a exploding die?
With a 0.
3d6 with exploding dice? I think that's fine.
Okay.
As in each dice explodes once, or?
I think only one would get to explode.
Okay.
But
I feel like I wouldn't even do exploding dice at that point.
Okay. If you roll.
If you really want exploding dice, I would go to the kids with bikes system,
okay,
where your stats each have their own die. Because I really like that system.
I was gonna recommend it, but
you know what? This is a side tangent. You want to know how the Transformers system does skill checks?
yes,
We already know. My friend plays it.
No, I'm never going to say. Don't do it. No, no, please no.
You can put multiple proficiencies in one stat, but it adds an extra dice. So at 0 proficiency, you are rolling a basic d20, and you are taking and then you're taking a penalty to that because you don't have a proficiency in it.
Mm-hmm.
At 1 proficiency, you roll a d20 and add a d2 to it.
Okay.
At 5 proficiency, you roll a d20, a d2, a d4, a d6, and a d8, and a d10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird, but I think it's funny.
So if you have max proficiencies, do you just get to roll
all the dice? All of the dice, all at once. It's very funny.
When you're a dice goblin, be like.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to play that system so bad now.
Yeah, I want to play it too. Believe me. All right.
Yeah, same here.
Well, we can try that some other time, casual.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So, whatever dice you choose to roll has to be versatile enough that you can give it a base like disadvantage advantage thing. Which, if you're doing 3d6, is fine. You just have a condition. Disadvantage is rolling 2d6 and advantage is 4d6. Wowie. You need to have it be small enough that your modifiers can affect each other, but big enough that there's room between integers for modifiers, because don't do decimal modifiers. I've seen systems that use decimals, and I'm like, just
Oh yeah,
stop.
absolutely not. That
Just
sounds
stop.
terrible.
So I think 3d6. What's the average of 3d6?
I believe the average is 3.5, right, for a d6.
What?
Am I going crazy?
Oh,
No, I
oh,
think
oh,
you're
no,
right.
for a D6. I thought you said, like, I thought you
Yeah.
said for 3.
No, not the total.
Yeah.
So that'd be what?
10.5.
10.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the lowest you can get is a 3.
Correct.
Yeah. And the highest you can get is an 18.
means
Here's
it's
the
basically
thing. With
it's basically
multiple
one-
d6
1 through 15.
with multiple d6 systems, you can do. Now this is a little complicated, but I like this. With multiple d6, for each one you get, you can have something bad happen, and for each 6 you get, you can have something funny happen.
That sounds
you-
complicated.
Wait,
though.
say
mess
again?
around with
Say
that.
again?
With for the purpose of implementing like a critical fails, critical successes system, you can have something that cares about rolling ones and some rule that cares about rolling 6s. I don't think exploding is the right option, because exploding dice makes it really hard to balance. If you're going for a more mechanical thing, Kids on Bikes gets around exploding by not being particularly too worried about balance.
Mm-hmm.
But the mean for exploding dice is technically infinity, so
Yeah.
it's a little hard to balance.
Yeah.
If you throw out edge cases, the mean for an exploding d4 is around like I don't remember the math off the top of my head.
Hi, Dave. Dave's in the chat. Say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Bonjour, Dave. Wait, why am I saying French? I'm freaking Vietnamese.
I hate French.
Real.
Who doesn't hate the French?
I hate learning the
Are you
French.
looking
I
at
hate
all
learning
of
the French
history?
language. Oh, I have to do that next semester too. Ugh.
Imagine needing to learn a foreign language.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Mechanical Engineer.
Listen,
And then there's me over here in the humanities department.
Yeah, you should. Why, are you going for like a humanities major?
I'm taking screen arts, which is like the behind the scenes production movie production, the major.
What major are you going for, Causal?
Cringe.
Screen arts with concentration in production.
Okay. That's your major.
That's my
Got
major.
it.
Yeah, and then that for some reason is in the humanities department and not music and dramatic arts.
Yeah,
Obviously.
that sounds normal.
All I came to do was post a greater than :3, so I'm gonna head out now. Someone else.
Oh, okay.
Someone else just posted Ohio. Welcome, lolface567. We are making a TTRPG.
Terp, say your catchphrase.
Yeah, Term, say your catchphrase.
I have a catchphrase?
Yeah,
Your catchphrase.
your
Terp,
catchphrase. Say it.
Skibidi. I don't know.
God damn it.
Of course. No, get out of here. Get out. That wasn't the
Yeah.
catchphrase.
No.
Get out.
Kitchen.
Be gone.
You asked me for a catchphrase. I don't know.
Okay.
That was your
So
first
anyway.
mistake, asking me a question.
Real. Okay.
Shut up.
Okay. Anyway.
You shut up.
Everyone, shut up. Help me with my system.
Okay.
3d6. I like 3d6 for skill check.
Okay.
If you're invested in doing 6, I think d20 systems are the best, but you know.
I mean, I'm not like super invested in doing it, but I kind of am now.
Well, you gotta decide now.
I want a D6.
Okay, I like 3d6 then. If you're not too attached to 3d6, we can puzzle on it some more, but I think 3d6 is a good medium.
Okay.
You might want to bump it up to some. Well, I like 3d6 because then you can do you could do a 3 strikes things with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like that.
That could be a
okay.
damage system.
Rule idea. The plot
fun.
begins.
Yeah.
That'd be real fun.
Okay, every time you roll a 1,
Mhm.
you mark that down on your sheet, when you have 3 marks, whenever you roll a check that gives you your 3rd mark, that check fails automatically.
Ooh.
That'll be really fun, honestly. Yeah.
Because if you're doing like it's like detective noir stuff, right?
Yeah.
That this is like a plot thickens type moment. That this is a, and because that lets you succeed on things you're really good at. You can do the same thing for successes. You can do literally the same. That can be the critical success thing. Is that the roll that gives you your 3rd critical success automatically succeeds.
All right.
But then the question is, because you have multiple d6s, what if you do both at the same time?
Ooh, that would be fun.
How about what if it's like you roll? What if you roll one? You roll 2 1s on one check, and then you roll one check on one on another check. It's like it automatically fails. But if you roll all 3 1s, what happens then?
It automatically fails.
Yeah.
So it just
automatically
automatically fails on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because no matter what, you're hitting your 3rd strike on that.
Okay. What do we call that mechanic? Like noir themed. What would that be?
I would call it the plot thickens. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that's honestly just a really good title for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What is this? Heading 3.
And then I will. When I have some time, I'll type it out so it makes sense.
Okay.
And send it to you so you can look over it. But because you have to just clarify some stuff about strikes carrying over. Like, do you want strikes to carry over from the? I would probably have whenever one of those triggers, it resets all of your strikes.
Yeah.
Just so you don't have to keep track of a whole bunch of math. But then if you would hit both your success, your good one and your bad one in the same check, I would just have them cancel out, honestly.
Okay.
Because that makes it a rarer. Because that's gonna actually happen a lot. So that makes the automatic fail, automatic success rarer.
Okay. So every time you roll on a 1 on the die, you mark it down. When you roll the check's the 3rd mark, it automatically fails. Every time you roll a 6, you make a check. And then on the 3rd check, it would be automatic success.
Yeah.
Okay, I do like that.
If you would mark your 3rd one and your 3rd 6 in the same check, they cancel out, and the check proceeds as normal, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or a silly idea is if both of them happen at the same time, the middle dice determines it. So if it's a 1, 2, or 3, then it fails, or if it's a 4, 5, and 6, it succeeds.
This system is already a little complicated to apply to every dice roll, so I wouldn't complicate it more. And then make sure to note whenever this rule causes a check to automatically fail or automatically succeed.
Okay.
Reset all of your marks for everything.
Yeah.
For your 1s and your 6s. Because see, now this is a way to do critical fails with d6s, which is always hard.
Whenever this event triggers, it resets all checks of.
Mm-hmm. And then what I would probably do is I would probably reference like a scoring track on your character sheet.
So wait, it would if you trigger the negative, it would reset the positive too.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And vice versa, I assume.
Yeah. Whenever this event triggers, it resets all checks of both types.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
draft the character sheet later. That's like further down the line.
Yeah, but I would still reference like on the 1s track on your sheet. It would just look like the death saves thing, with 3 circles. It would just be that. If you want, it just clarifies.
Wait, if Casual finishes this could be the campaign he finally does.
Yeah.
What thickens?
I don't know if I like calling the mechanic the plot thickens, but I want to call it something like plot armor. Does sound.
Plot armor.
But it's not plot armor.
It's not plot armor. Plot armor is.
Also, I would make sure to say that this only applies to skill checks, unless you wanted to apply to attack checks or whatever they are.
It would be funny.
It would be really funny.
Yeah, applying to attack checks then has weird things that happen because it would, if you wanted to meta build, it would incentivize rolling skills before combat until you got to 2-6 checks.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a high chance of auto succeeding on your first attack in combat.
Mm-hmm.
I would have it only apply to skill checks, not to attacks.
Okay. Wait, sorry.
You can have it to attack if you
I'm
want.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm saying okay, but I'm also very distracted. Sorry, give me 1 second to figure something out.
Okay.
Because someone else is also joining this, and I want to get them in real quick. Because they said they would be here, and I'm gonna get them to join.
Oh. Well, how's everyone's day been?
Damn.
Oh my gosh, I gotta do a captcha to invite someone to the server. What the heck?
What did you just say?
I have to do
Danny?
You complete a captcha
I have-
to invite.
No,
someone.
yeah, I heard that part. I'm more worried about the death threat, but
Okay.
I don't know what you're
Okay.
talking
Sorry. I'm
Wait a
done. I'm done doing that thing. Now what? What do I do? What are we saying I do?
Decide whether or not you want it to apply to attack rolls as well as skill checks. That's a choice.
womp womp. Only guessed.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't make his Roblox account. Yeah.
What?
Also, amazing profile picture, I
Oh.
might say.
Is that a
Thank
cat? Oh, we got.
Oh, yeah,
got two
he's here now.
cats.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would apply to an attack action or a.
Sorry if my
skill.
voice is a little weird. I'm just driving home.
You're good.
Okay, I would specify attack checks, if
Okay.
that's what you want to call them. Or attack rolls, as they're called, party.
Attack or skill check.
It was about the what were you calling it? The triple check thing?
The plot thickens. His temp name.
What about detective's intuition? Question mark.
That could be a I feel like that could be a good feature. Like intuition could be a good feature for like the gentleman or the observant or the genius, but like not for like a thing that everyone has.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Whatever name you have to give it has to apply to both failing and succeeding. That's why I think
Yeah.
plot thickens is good.
Yeah.
Because it encapsulates just something major happening.
Plot.
I would also say that all checks are reset at the whenever you roll initiative or whatever you call the start of combat.
Plot twist.
Every beginning encounter.
Plot twist.
Whatever.
Ooh, wait, that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twist.
Yeah, so say at the start of combat, everyone resets all their checks too. This prevents some weird crossover where you metagame rolling skills until you hit 2 6s.
Yeah. At the
So you
start
can
of an
go into combat with a high
altercation,
chance to succeed on your first.
all checks of both types are reset. So yeah. So
All right, so
yeah.
with 3d6, what was your skill range? You said like -2 to +3.
-2 to +4.
+4. Yeah, that's probably good. Just good for 3d6.
Yeah. Like it's
So,
only
are you just looking at
minus
as you-
it's only -2 and +4 if you use the alternate distribution as opposed to the standard distribution. So if it's standard distribution, it's -1 to +2.
Okay, and then can you push beyond those rules?
Yes, because of traits like Jack of all trades and Adept. They would give
Okay, just
you
want to make sure.
they would give you extra things. Like there's also like charismatic. You have a I'm gonna place +1 bonus to all swap checks. 'Cause that's kind of broken. Awareness. You have a +1 bonus to all sense checks. That kind of thing.
That's good. I wouldn't have those be traits. I would have all of your traits be more mechanically intensive than numbers. But that's a thing for later down the line. That's a thing for during the trait design phase.
Okay.
Which you want to avoid until you have all your cores down. I think this system is good for giving you a little bit of BS in your life,
Yeah.
which is what you want if you want your system to not be D&D.
Yes.
Because D&D is a very no BS system, and a lot of systems are designed like it because of that. But things like Kids on Bikes are like, hey, yeah, you can theoretically get 400 on your strength check.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, explode a bunch of times. This does mean you should clarify that players can only that the DM can say, "Hey, you can't make that check because it is physically impossible for you to do so."
Yeah, there will be things like because I'm gonna try and do a system of regional damage. Like you may not be able to operate something with 2 hands, or run after a suspect because your leg is crippled.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't segment that into regional damage, but I would just have like a crippled condition, and that means
Yes.
you can't run. So.
Yeah. Okay. So.
All right. What do you want to work on next? Real quick, with your 2 stat distribution systems, I would have the lowest be -2 for all of them.
Okay.
So if you have one that starts at -2 across the board, is that what you have right now? -2 across the board, 15 points.
Yeah, -2 across the board, 15 points, and then this one is like a -1.
And then I would have your
one in
standard
that.
distribution also have a -2 in it.
Okay.
Just for clarity, that it's the lowest you can take.
So -2 +1 -1 +2, or +0 still.
I'd say +0 instead of -1.
Okay.
And then is that literally what your score is in the stats? So you just have strength 2.
Yeah. It's your skill is your skill number is the modifier.
That's good because the way D&D does it is arbitrary and has ruined many systems because of it.
Yeah.
It's also been invented. But...
Yeah.
All right.
That means
the
there's one extra point. So I'm gonna give it to 1 skill to +3.
Okay, that's good. What's the maximum they can raise their skills to with the 15-point system?
4.
Okay, I would make sure you have a 4 in the standard array. You want to make sure you have the minimum and the maximum possible. It's one of the big issues with D&D stats is that if you roll for stats, you can technically have 3 to 18, but with point buy, you can only have 8 to 16.
Okay.
8 to 17?
So
8 to 15. Jesus.
So 1 skill +4, 1 skill +1, 3 skills +0, 1 skill -2.
Ooh. We can tweak that later. This is not a thing you need to worry about a whole lot right now.
Okay.
Because every character in an RPG system, unless you specifically design without it, is going to always like focus 1 stat.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to make sure you can start with the maximum in that stat possible.
Okay.
Combat. I remember hearing you go over the first draft of your combat system, and I liked the idea, but it was very complicated,
Yeah.
so I'd like to know where that is now.
I put it in the turn order but bad ignore section.
Okay.
So in case you're wondering, here's what the original turn order idea was. It would be turn order starts with whoever rolls the lowest number declaring their actions first, and turns proceed in ascending order of reaction speed. Once the fastest player has declared their action, every action proceeds all at once, starting with the fastest player's action and continuing in descending order of reaction speed. So basically, if player A, if one player tries to attack the enemy, and the enemy would be able to react to that player's declared action because they're faster than the other player. And since their action would trigger first, they could negate the other person's action. But the worry here was, what happens if everyone negates everyone else's action and just continues down the chain and nothing happens?
That's just one of a couple worries, because also it limits your combat encounters to like 6 people maximum before they start to get too tedious.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of being able to react to stuff, but I would probably make that a small scale feature that lets you react to like the person directly ahead of you in combat.
Okay.
Or something
What
like
if it's
that.
like what if it's like
why we have reactions in fighting.
Since the vigilante and the officer are both themed around altercations, specific like that kind of encounter type, what if they had a feature about that?
I feel like that would be their
That's the thing to worry about later.
Feature,
Okay.
Mid to late feature.
Yeah, mid to late feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have like be a core feature of vigilante. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't particularly matter right as well. You want to get to the basics, which is decide how your action economy works. I would.
Okay.
The two basics are action points and action bonus action or 2 actions.
Okay,
The
here's
middle ground is Pathfinder's 3 action system.
here's yeah. That's what I was gonna think about. Is like
Okay.
I'm not sure how I want to do it. It's because like my original like very bare bones idea would be just 1 action per character, but that doesn't seem very good.
No.
So probably 2.
You have it as 3. You have it as 3 actions that matches your trait points system, which is just a nice little bit of parity or symmetry. Mechanical symmetry.
That's true. Yeah. Counters. I'm just gonna cut all of this because this is outdated.
So, remarkably, the way D&D does combat is very simple. 5e. Other than holding actions, which is a mechanic. One of the mechanics of all time.
Okay.
But, initiative
Wait.
is simple. Until you make it not simple.
Okay. Yeah.
Which you can by holding initiative. And if you ever say, I'm holding my initiative in front of me, you gotta give me a damn good reason, or I'm saying, no, you can't do that because it's a pain.
What does that mean?
You
Holding
hold your
initiative
initiative
lets
and
you
going back.
back up your
backwards.
place in initiative order.
Oh. Yeah.
But you can do it later in combat. Which, like, if you do it at the start of combat, I'm like, sure, I don't care. But then once we start getting into a rhythm and you're like, actually, I'm going to back up. I get it, and this is just me being a prick, but I am like, this is just going to make me lose my rhythm, man.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway. So I would start with what a turn comprises.
Okay. So then.
So what can you do on a turn? What are the limits?
Okay. So this is actually good because like the action, I did something that was like during or outside of an encounter, an action is defined as a significant action a player can do that they have the means and ability to accomplish. I know I said action twice. I'm going to work on that. I just couldn't think of a better word. Like an action that they have the means and ability to accomplish. So like they can't say, "I'm gonna do this" because they don't have that thing. Or
So this is a much more story-based combat system.
yes, it's definitely not
this is
combat
out of
focused.
mode, I believe.
Huh?
What you were? Whatever. Never mind.
It's like this combat system is not meant for it is all about combat because its entire system is all about the puzzle rather than the combat.
Yeah.
So features are all about investigation versus interrogation or versus altercation.
Honestly, you could get away with on your turn. You can move and do something,
Okay.
and just have a lot of features that you can activate for free on your turn.
Okay.
You can even restrict it to move action, bonus action type deal. Move action, minor action, where like your minor action would be, I don't know, reloading. Actually, reloading should probably be an action. if you
Actually,
want to
I
go
like
spell.
that idea. Major action, minor action movement.
Yeah, major.
Yeah.
It fits it.
Yeah. That's in caps lock. Major action.
And I put
Minor.
moving on there too,
Yeah.
because you can make. I mean, you can make moving a minor action if you wanted to be a low
And you
turn
should probably take
complexity.
one.
Yeah. I want low turn complexity.
Yeah, you can make moving a minor action.
Yeah, you can choose to move or reload, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it'd be like you move and then you reload. So the reloading would be a major action.
Reloading should honestly be a full action because
Yeah.
it takes you as long to reload as just shoot a gun.
So
A
ideas:
significant amount of times.
reloading, attacking, ideas.
If your combat's gonna be more narrative focused, you want to define things like opening a door,
Okay.
vaulting over something,
Interaction.
stuff you have to do in the heat of the moment that they do in like combat a lot.
Object interaction would be a minor action, I feel. Like
You'd have to.
small
You're gonna have to define object interaction more.
small object
specifically, 'cause
interaction.
In D&D,
Yeah.
in D&D, it's pretty broad. But you might want to separate things. You might want to make opening a door a minor action, but other stuff, picking up an item, a major action. That's a bad example, but you might want to do something like that. Honestly, having opening a door be a major action would make chase stuff like a little more tense.
Oh yeah.
You could have opening a door be a major action, but closing a door being a minor action.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
And I'm thinking, right, someone like the vigilante can have a trait where opening those doors would be a minor action since they have such brute force.
Oh, that would work.
Up
Yeah.
and down.
Yeah.
So with this type of story-based system, you're going to want to clearly define a whole bunch
Yeah.
of technical things, like knocking over a chair behind you,
Yeah.
stuff like that. You're going to clearly define where that goes. Or don't do that and leave it up to the DM, which is also fine.
Yeah.
But just say when a character does an action, the DM decides whether or not it constitutes a major or minor action. But then you define the ones that you want to be defined.
Okay.
You also want to, I think, I'm a firm believer, every system with an action economy should have default actions. D&D has, dash, dodge, disengage, hide, all those.
Yeah.
You should do those. Hiding, if you're in a high realism, you're never going to be able to hide in the heat of combat. You might be able to slip away, but you're never going to be able to fully hide.
Yeah.
But you can do stuff like basic action that everyone has, attack. Basic action that everyone has, you can do a sprint to double. If moving is a minor action, you can also move as a major action.
Sprinting.
Moving,
versus...
if you're making it an action, you make it a minor action.
Yeah.
Or you can make moving. You can be a jerk and make moving a major action. I don't know. Your system.
I'll do moving as a separate action, I feel.
You want to do major, minor move? That's fair.
Yeah. Major, minor movement.
Oh, it's alliteration, you jerk.
Heh.
I see it. I see your neurodivergency.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I like that.
All right. Determine how you start combat. I would just roll initiative.
Yeah.
No, be special. Do something different. Coward.
No, don't. No.
You can just have initiative order be determined by people's speeds.
Yeah.
You don't have to roll if you wanted to. You have to find out what determines ties.
Yeah. By the way, these are the encounter types. There are 3 encounter types that I've cooked up. So there's interrogation or investigation, which is the this is the I'm searching for clues, or getting split up and search for clues phase. There's interrogation, which is talking to any suspect, and there's altercation, which is like any combat.
Okay.
So, altercation would be where you roll for initiative, but you can also roll for like there would also be like rolling for quote unquote initiative for investigation and interrogation to see like, okay, who gets to enter the room first, who gets to look around, and then it passes to the next person.
So so it's just to structure investigate. I guess I can see that. I like that.
Rather than everyone all at once saying, I want to check out this, 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 and then having to do it all at once. It's like, all right, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I would just completely cut the interrogation part, though, because I think interrogation can be done. Either you can make it part of investigation, or you could just not do it in turns. Unless you wanted to make it work like a dating sim, which would work.
No, I want it to work like a dating sim. That's exactly how I pictured it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Fair enough.
Before I forget about this, right?
Yeah.
I feel like investigation should be tied to like whatever you have for like the smarts. Right?
Yeah.
That should be how that decides it.
Okay, yeah. So you could do
suave for interrogation, and speed for combat, and then I like that.
Do like that. Each 3
You would probably do
you'd probably do whatever your wisdom/perception score is for investigating, not your intelligence score. But
Well, it's
I can
smarts.
do-
Smarts is wisdom and intelligence
Yeah.
put together.
don't you have smarts and sense though?
Yes, I have sense. Sorry, sense is wisdom. Smarts is intelligence.
Yeah, I would do sense for investigating initiative.
Turn order.
Especially because the order in investigating probably matters a lot less because you're not competing so much most of the time.
Everyone rolls 3d6 and adds their speed modifier and any bonuses gained from traits. I'll work on the syntax later. I'm just doing the.
Yeah.
You don't. There is no syntax. It's your own system.
I know
Come
that's
on.
what's so funny about
Oh,
it, but at the
you-
same time, it's like I want it to be
consistency is
consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cringe.
I have to go in 13 minutes, by the way.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Well, we'll be here for another hour and a half, or another, not an hour and a half. God, no. Another 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
He does this a lot. Like,
Yeah.
No,
it makes me want to kill him. And one day I'll get him.
womp.
Womp.
The day we finally all meet up.
Doctor, turn off my boo-womp inhibitors.
I've already met you, Turp. You just didn't know it.
That's Wait, what did you just say?
My boo-womp inhibitors.
Well,
You know, like
No, you look.
like
You look gay
SpongeBob.
enough, Annie. I'd
Talking
notice
about-
you.
Boo-womp.
Look again.
Yeah.
like a SpongeBob?
I don't, though, is the fun part.
No, you do.
I would
You
like
just
to
don't
remind the group that they are currently live on youtube.com/casualcapskips.
I'm aware.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
aware.
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's cringe or be cringe, Raiden, and I choose to be free.
I'm canceling you on Twitter, right?
Alright.
Joke's on you, I don't own Twitter!
Memes, the DNA of the soul. That's the only quote I know from that game.
Fair. We're making the mother of all omelets. Can't fret over every egg.
Yes, it is.
Hey, actually, you fight Monsoon, and he says that before the fight.
Yes.
That is the real quote
Yes,
from
he
Metal Gear
does.
Solid
That is a
Rising:
real
Revengeance.
quote from the game.
I'm gonna pull up
Oh,
right
you guys
now.
aren't chill with it. Never
Word by
mind.
word.
We're all controlled by something greater. Memes, the DNA of the soul. That is a real quote.
Yes.
Or casual, can I make my BC status be a bad word?
No.
Your VC status? I'm not sharing Discord, so sure.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay, it's not a whole entire speech. Wow, okay, wait, that's... Wow, was he edgy?
Yeah, he
I don't know,
was.
just-
Yes.
Yeah. All I remember is
That was
watching the
basically
dog.
his entire character arc.
Yeah. I remember watching the dog be pet, and then all of a sudden he starts talking about memes. So,
I was gonna try to gaslight Turn, but it sounds like he's actually played it. So
Okay.
yes, I have.
All right. Encounters, actions, major action, minor action, movement. Right. What else?
wait.
What do I need to define here?
How you start your turn order? Did you get that down?
Maybe not a nerd. Got him.
To determine turn order, everyone rolls 3d6 and adds their sense modifier to any bonuses they gain from traits. The player with the highest.
Was it smarts, or wherever it was connected sense?
Roll goes first. And turns proceed in descending order. And copy. Whoa, no. Copy. Paste. Paste. Perfect.
Perfect.
He's getting into that noir voice.
The Donnie Canagelli
They
voice.
call me.
Oh yeah, that
Biggie
campaign
Small.
exists.
Yes, it does. You are in fact DMing it.
Yep,
Shut up.
You're the DM in that one.
By the way, Term, sorry to hijack you here, casual.
Go for it.
So you should be targeting my wisdom save, but I should
yes.
still play the game. I should not be afraid every turn in combat.
I'm not going to do that, but
I'm just making sure.
Fear. Fear is the best medicine for everything.
Casual. What I would get nailed. That. Do you have skills at all?
Yes.
Any kind of skill system?
Yes.
Okay. Is it the same number? Do you have a certain number of the same number of skills for each?
No. No,
stat?
I have 4 for 4 and 2 for 2. 20 total.
Yeah, that works.
Because I could not think of 4 for strength and stamina.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. But if stamina determines your HP, that's got a use, and if the strength one is pretty broadly applicable.
Yeah.
I would just nail down how proficiency works.
Okay. There isn't really a set proficiency, more so just bonuses gained from traits.
Yeah, okay. But do you have any base like skill points?
No, I should add.
I would
those.
have your classes. If you are a veteran, you get a +1 to both strength things and a +1 to a running thing or something.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Base classes give you bonuses to skills. It's
Yeah.
an easy way to. It's an easy way to impact it.
Okay. Yeah.
Me when I build gentleman based off my
skills.
strength stat.
You don't have to worry about the specifics right now. Just put that down to do later.
You gain skill points to spend in 2. Well, what about? I was thinking about doing it for backgrounds actually.
I wouldn't do backgrounds.
Got it.
Well, I guess.
Well,
I mean, it depends on how complicated you want it to be. So during character creation in something like 5e,
during character
species,
creation for
a background.
So character creation for this is mostly going to be like you pick your class, you pick your Yo, Sean has arrived in the chat. Welcome.
Sean, you smell like beans.
What?
What?
Huh?
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 Honestly, that's not even like a. That's not even bad. Just...
Okay. Anyway. So you pick your class, and I'm thinking you'll start with some trait points too, so you can customize like a little bit extra outside of just starting class.
Well, I would say at level 1 you get 3 trait points, your class feature. So the character customization things are you get 3 trait points, you get to do your stats, and you get to do your class. I wouldn't go any more complicated than that.
Okay.
And I'd have your class also determine your equipment or whatever items you have.
Okay. I'm gonna run this by you real quick. 6 skill points, distributable multiple times per 1 stat, up to +3.
For your base stats?
For your base skills. So
For
like
your skills.
So like you can put 3 into sight, 2 into tech, 1 into history, or 1 into a bunch of different ones.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can play with the number later.
Yeah. I just
But I think
like
that's a good-
6 for a starting thing. It's a D6 system.
I would probably do that. Yeah, I would do that. You'd section that in the same level as in the same selection as stat.
Yeah.
You also want to figure out some kind of combat proficiency mechanic.
Okay.
Because in D&D, of course, you have your proficiency bonus to weapon attacks made of the weapon with which you're proficient. And if you want to make some people better attacking than others,
Yeah, I have.
and
So
not
I have.
depend on.
I have. I did have a draft for that in the traits section. I was thinking of having a fisticuffs action and a weapon action. The weapon action would be separated into ranged and melee.
Warhammer has fight and shoot,
Yeah, also just use
which I think would work just fine.
But I'm saying like. That would be like if you're like ranged weapon would be anything from shooting a gun to throwing the gun at someone because you're running out of ammo.
Throwing the gun would be a shoot attack. Even if
Yeah,
you're not
that's
literally using it.
that's why I'm saying like it's a ranged attack.
I would separate it into just melee and ranged, and then you can have a bonus that you can take like a brawler perk that says you do more damage with your fists.
Okay.
But then the simple thing you can say there is just not worry about combat proficiency at all, and just have speed determine your shooting, and strength determine your hitting, and then literally not worry about it more than that. Because
Okay.
if strength and speed, what are the two Strength and stamina are the ones with 2 right now.
Yes.
So what does stamina decide? Your hit points?
Stamina decides your hit points as well as your adrenaline and endurance. I'm thinking like adrenaline is going to be like if you're in a combat encounter, I might ask someone to roll adrenaline if they get like injured.
Or you can do something like, where you talk about how like bones or something like areas get damaged and you can't use that.
Yeah.
You can have like an adrenaline save to say you can try to like prevent it from happening.
What are your speed skills right now?
Vehicles, reaction, agility, and stealth. I'm iffy on stealth and even more iffy on vehicles.
Well, here, how about this? Try to move 2 of your things from speed to stamina, and then you have speed and strength be the 2 stats that only have 2 skills each, because they also are your 2 combat stats.
I'll do reaction. Can I do reaction and agility? Or I feel like agility should be speed.
Agility should
be speed.
Yeah.
Because that's just speed. It was already speed, but he's thinking of me.
Oh.
I would have vehicles be stamina, and then what was your last one? A stealth?
Yeah, stealth is... I don't like stealth.
I mean, you're missing a sleight of hand action. Also, I would cut agility, because speed is your agility.
Yeah.
Speed and agility are the same basic words. And then I would have stealth and sleight of hand in speed.
Okay.
And I would move something like vehicles, and then put one in stamina called, like, sprint.
Okay. Well, that's endurance.
Yeah, so in stamina.
No, I'm saying endurance is a skill in stamina.
Oh, okay.
Endurance is like if you're chasing after someone for so a long time, I might say, roll endurance, see if you can keep this up.
So yeah, I think your agility should be your two speed skills should be like a skill with your hands, and a stealth.
Okay.
And then you can also have speed determine a bonus to your movement speed if you wanted to. I would not think that would be crazy. And then have stamina. Yeah, putting vehicles in stamina isn't like a huge stretch.
Okay.
So what's a 4th stamina skill then?
Adrenaline, reaction, endurance, and...
So stamina just has to do with like speed and like
No, because
being able to do.
Speed is separate. Stamina is like how it says. I wrote it as how durable you are, but it's more so how resilient you are.
How long you can do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could give it like a resist check. It would be a little weird to classify it as a skill, but if you're not doing saving throws, have stamina be the skill that lets you end conditions on yourself.
That's a good idea.
You could also give stamina healing if you haven't already given someone else healing.
I have not given anyone healing. Oh wait, no, sorry, I take it back. Stop. I gave medical to smarts.
Okay. Yeah, I would give like resist as the last skill for stamina.
What about strategy? I don't like strategy is a smart skill, but I don't like the idea of it. Like I think it's too
broad.
Yeah. Like what does that apply to?
Let's figure that out later.
Okay.
Because I always read
strategy. Now that we
it is 9, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Does it, now that you've defined speed and strength as having less skills than the others, you can just say attacks use either this or this defined by the weapon.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Because then your guns and your knives can be defined by speed, and your tomahawks and your baseball bats can be defined by strength.
Okay.
I will say that, right?
Yeah.
I read strategy as more like how some people when they play rogue is like, I anticipated this, so I prepared for it.
Yeah.
I would just call it tactics.
Tactics, that's good, yeah.
It's a little more specific. Alright, I gotta go. Share this doc with me at some point. That doesn't affect my email schedule. I'd love to
I'll do that, yeah.
Docs on live right now.
Yeah, I'll do that, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't care too much, but just prefer not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Your inbox with...
My email doesn't have my last name, so I don't really care. Alright, anyway.
Bye!
Get out of here.
Alright.
So, and they're gone.
And then there were 3...
Same joke. Anyway.
Alright. Anyways. Now what do we do? Now that the smart person just left.
Crap. Wait.
Real quick, I remember there was like a section that said like long thing villains or whatever.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I'm thinking about for like potential of modules is like you're gonna like the basic idea is that it's a series of one shots, like Case of the Week style, but depending on the module, there might be an overarching plot that happens.
Right. I was gonna say, right?
Yeah.
If you notice, Carmen San Diego.
That would be funny.
Right. So each week they're in like a different country trying to figure out where she went, or something akin to that.
Yeah. That'd be like the first like full campaign style thing, I feel.
Right. It's like go around the world. Oh, there's a fly in this picture. We gotta go to Egypt now.
It's the fly. Let's go to Egypt. Yes.
Yes, the fly. Not.
I'm drinking water. All right.
Good job.
Yippee!
Ooh.
You can't hear my clapping.
No, I cannot. Anyways, I want to touch on. Hey, don't. Not with the carpet. Stop.
Get him, Logan.
Okay, skills.
Paul?
My cat.
Cat moment.
Cat moment. Skills.
Splish.
Okay. Character creation, I feel like, is like a section we have to have.
I mean, yeah.
Like as like a up here type of thing. So I'm gonna do the character creation like thing in mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, it is
And I can always reformat this whenever I finish everything. But I'm gonna, yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna say this now because I forgot to say it at the start of stream. I forgot to post an Iota short this morning, so it's gonna come out tomorrow at 11. It's like same time as the normal shorts, just the next day.
Wow.
Because I
We better get
forgot.
2 next week.
What?
We better get 2 next week then.
2 is all that I have left in my backlog. I have not been making Iota shorts recently. I've been focusing on this. And procrastinating. I take it back. I made 1 for Crazy Taxi, but that one's not fully finished because I have to do the text for it. And I haven't recorded anything else except Primal Rage.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Crazy Taxi, the Crazy
Best
Taxi
game.
one is really good. I will say that much. I'm really proud of the
Yes,
Crazy
I
Taxi
agree.
one. Weller, I can show you after this if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, just show everyone on stream. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I'll just show everyone the thing that's
Just
supposed
show
to
us.
come out in
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Content.
It's good.
Ooh.
By the way, while this live is happening,
Yeah,
I am playing Fighter Z on my TV right now.
based, honestly.
I've been playing Slime Rancher the entire time.
Fair, honestly. Okay. Let's see. Character creation. Step 1. Or just 1. Class.
just
2. Traits. 3. Skill distribution. 4.
Background?
No background.
Oh.
What was the... Oh,
What?
duh. Like, first off...
Yeah.
Character. Like what the character
Actual
is.
Character.
Yeah. Yeah. Character base, class, traits, skill distribution, etc. Yeah. So, let me look at how the player's handbook lists it out. It is character creation. So it's part of part 1. There is races, classes, personality and background, equipment, character customization options, and then it goes to part 2, which is ability scores and ability scores. Ability score distribution. distribution.
Hey, Casual, how come you're not playing erasure to this? I bet nothing will go wrong with that.
This is a modern setting. There aren't any elves or dwarves. If I do races, I'm going to get canceled on Twitter.com.
You know, I can already see it now, right?
Yeah.
Race tier list. Here's the best race to use for this character.
Mm.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, so basically you just got humans. There's nothing else, really. Yeah. Hey, buddy. You want to come out? Okay, hold on. Cat wants out of the room. Be right back. Out you go.
And then there was one.
Ooh, whoever's in chat. Funny story. I was at a store earlier today, and it was like a home decor store. And I found the disco mushroom. It is a ceramic mushroom.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Yeah. It is a ceramic mushroom with a bunch of disco, like, reflective panels on it. It is really funny, and it is going in my apartment.
Of course it is.
You can't stop me. I already bought it. It was $6.
$6?
It was on clearance.
Nah, that's like Dollar General.
Yeah.
Type beat.
Yeah,
stuff.
nah, it was. It was really funny, though.
Speaking of which, right?
Yeah.
Just so I know, this channel, right?
Yeah.
Can I mention NSFW things?
Preferably not.
Okay, because I went to a bookstore, right?
Mm-hmm.
A manga store, right?
Yeah.
Specifically. And I found, let's just say, some sauce. Out and about.
Just out in the open.
Yes.
Dang.
Yeah, its own section, too.
That's funny.
And get this, right?
Yeah.
It was right next to the model kits.
That's really funny. Because they know their target demographic.
Yeah, exactly. So while I was looking to find, like, the One Piece ships, right behind me, I saw Boy Love and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got those. We got, I gotta write the section on skill points. So that would be under skills and under a standard distribution of skill modifiers.
So how are you going to work this, like the skills?
So first off, say again.
So how are you going to do skills?
So
Like,
skill points. I'm thinking you'll start with 6. Like as like first level, and then at a certain point, some classes might get more.
Okay.
But there will be traits that give you skill points as well.
Okay, yeah, I like that. You can just add on to it depending on your class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
oh, didn't you say you want to work on one of the classes, like focus on that?
Yeah, I want to do the observant. Like, now that we got the trait points as a separate thing, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this column.
It's delete column.
Yeah.
There it is.
And then it was right about there, and then we can slide this all the way over that way. So features are just right there. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm gonna go ahead and align this center so it looks a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're working with.
Now we're thinking with portals.
I don't mean this portal.
Okay.
GLaDOS is the villain.
So we got
You can't hear this, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure people in my neighborhood are setting off fireworks. It's not even July.
Yeah. So we got clue sense and something's missing. What's the 5th level feature?
Let me just read these real quick so I know.
So clue sense is whenever you clue sense is whenever you find something that you think is important to the case, you use clue sense, and the DM will tell you, or the game master will tell you how important it is, like scale of 1 to 10 basically. Something's missing is you can kind of tell where in the general area a clue is if you spend a use of clue sense, and then you get you gotta get an intuition as to where the clue is. So that's more suited for investigation.
Okay, I get that. So let's see here. Sorry, right now I'm just thinking of detective shows and movies I've watched.
Think of like Psych or Monk or something like that.
Okay.
Like that's what this is modeled after. It's like they've got their it's all about this innocuous detail moments, and they've got their it's like, aha, I found it's all about the handbag. The handbag is the whole reason that they got murdered in the first place, because the handbag was actually stolen merchandise from I'm like, I don't know, I'm just making up a case, but like that's kind of thing, you know.
I don't know, like, because I'm thinking about something like there could be a point where you had to like convince someone to accept like your clue. So you could have something with that, right?
Yeah.
Where you're convincing somebody. Like, let's say the handbag again, right? It's like the main person or the main detective that you've been, like the main people you've been hired by, think that you're a loony because it's just a bag.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have something where it helps you prove the clue or whatever.
That would be more for the gentleman or the genius, because the genius's ability is like putting clues together. The gentleman's ability is like reading people and getting information.
Okay, and the observant is just the guy who.
This is the guy that finds the clues.
That one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the clue finder.
Yeah. He's the aha. It's this. You forgot to notice this right here. The genius is the here's what happened guy.
Is there anything thinking like some sort of magnifying glass thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you can look deeper into something or like clearer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Improved clue sense. Improved clue sense.
Improved clue sense, yeah. Like, let's say for first level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say you look at a painting, right? First clue sense, when you at level 1, you ask the DM that it passes. It's like the DM tells you, oh, it's made from this artist, right? And that's all you get. Well, improved clue sense, the person can realize, oh, it's from this time period.
How about like a detail oriented type thing?
Yeah, detail oriented.
So, hello, we're working on the observant.
All right.
This feature, clue sense would improve at level 7, and then that would be like, when you use clue sense to determine a clue's importance, you get a general sense for why it's important, as described to you by the game master.
Okay. You might want to put an example, like the differences between level 1 and level 7.
Example would be, I had it in my head for half a second, I swear. I hate that. Would be knowing that it's a it's out of place, or it's altered in some way.
Yeah, I like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, first level is, this is a clue.
Yeah.
Seventh level is, this is why it's a clue.
Yeah. First level is, this is like a medium to mild importance clue. And level 7 is, it's of mild importance because it, proves that, your first suspect wasn't there at the time.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Move that. Just get that down there somehow. There. It's bothering me. Whatever. Detail oriented.
9. Yeah, detail oriented.
Detail oriented. When you find a clue, you may... Should it be you may expend a use of clue sense to know details about the object?
I feel like all, if not most things of this class
Yeah, it's all about clue sense.
should use clue sense. Yeah, it's all about the management.
Yeah.
More details of an object. For example, you may learn that the clue in the object in question is not from the has been moved recently, or well, I feel like that's just the improved clue sense.
You could have, what was it? The clue sense, right? The first one? Like the improved one. You can make it so it takes a lower roll to get more.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
What about... Should it be like you roll a die to determine like how much you learn about the object?
Yeah, I feel like it should be more like that.
For detail oriented or for improved clue sense?
For detailed oriented.
Let's see. You can use your clue senses to learn more details of an object. When you find a clue, you may expend clue sense to roll d6. Refer to the table below for results. And then I just copy this table and replace the numbers. You learn one minor detail about the object. You learn one notable detail about the object. And then you learn all about the object, or just one?
Yeah, I would say all about the object.
Yeah.
One notable and one minor,
Crucial.
like one crucial. Yeah.
Yeah, one crucial.
Okay. You learn one minor detail about the object. You learn one notable detail about the object. You learn one crucial detail about the object. I feel like it should be the same rules.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
rules.
On that same clue. Because, like, that way it's like... Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? You regain all uses of clue sense at
After
the
a long days
start
of work.
of a new day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
I would actually like to talk about the Genius's ability real quick. Their first level ability.
Yeah, what's up?
Their thing is actually interesting. It's called Eureka. Excuse me. Basically, you have the ability to put clues together better than anyone else. If you have 2 or more clues you believe to be related, you can choose to use Eureka on them up to 4 clues. If you do so, the Game Master will privately tell you how all the clues are correlated, if at all. You can only use this feature once per case.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So it's a final, like,
Yeah.
string the dots together.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can either use it early to get like a little bit of an extra edge, or you can use it at the very end to like have your here's what happened moment.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So like presenting the evidence.
yeah. And then I'm just
So you can.
Hmm?
Mind Palace.
yes from Sherlock because it's funny.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Would that be like?
That'd be like the PowerPoint presentation, basic Helvetica font, text appearing in front of you, and you swipe it away, and it's
So would it be like something like you can choose up to like say 4 clues again to see what match, like instead of how they are related, but well, how do I say this? Like you can take out clues basically if they have no relation.
yeah. Like if that basically like you can use it on the first 2 clues you can find and like kind of piece together, oh, they're related this way. Or you can use it on all 4 clues and determine that 2 of them are unrelated and these 2 are actually important and these 2 are connected to each other.
Because like Eureka is such a powerful thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
that making other traits or whatever or features is going to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
So what's database?
Database is you can remember everything you've learned. It's keen mind, but a trait.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like you remember everything you learned up to 1 month, basically.
So it's just the DM tells you.
Yeah, yeah,
It's for the person who doesn't want to make notes.
yeah. Person want if you use a feel smart without having to do all the work. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got the 9th level feature, and then we got to determine what one more thing is. Let's do what one more thing is first.
Yeah, I figure we should do one more thing first since we actually have a name. for
One
it.
more thing is
Now I'm thinking what Columbo does when he says that. Like,
one
more
just
thing.
one more thing. That's like his aha, I've got you on that one detail of your testimony.
Right. Yeah, I feel like it should be something like during interrogation, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But he's a investigation class is the observant.
oh right, yeah, he's investigation.
And I did have an ability
Maybe-
called like reading body language, but I gave that to the gentleman because I figured that
The
would help their
gentleman.
class more.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, it is about time to wrap up stream. Do you guys want to keep going and just be live, or do you want me to end stream now and just keep going?
We'll just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, long
Doesn't really matter
stream.
to me.
Woo!
Woo!
I got nothing to do except work tomorrow.
Oh wait, is today Saturday?
Yes.
Yes.
I probably should go to bed soon then.
All right.
I'll be here for like 30 more minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing.
What would you want this final thing to be though?
I think it would be something like not a gotcha, but this is like it's all about this object. Kind of like a weaker version of Eureka, where you can determine how it's related to the case.
As I'm thinking, right? Because what you just said, it could be one more thing. You can pick a clue, right?
Yeah.
And you can know everything about that clue.
Hmm.
And with the risk runs with, if you choose a clue that doesn't do anything, you get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like that's like detail oriented as an upgrade.
I mean, he's the observant, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I think detailed oriented is his thing.
Well, like I'm saying like it's as if we're taking detail oriented, like what would be the logical next step for detail oriented, and putting it as a separate feature.
Oh, yeah.
So we could make it so that detail oriented is the 9th level feature, like improved detail oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be a 9th level.
When you when you activate this feature, you may choose to forego the roll and simply learn everything about the clue, with the risk that it may not be of crucial importance to the case.
I feel like that you can only do that like once per day.
Yeah.
If
You
not
can
once per
only
case.
choose to forego the roll once per day. That might be a little underpowered for a 9th level feature. Because think of it, that's like your 19th level feature in D&D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like everything's going to be low leveled. Like that's what I've been thinking.
Yeah, I mean you'll be pretty low level for most of the campaigns. But the idea is that you'll be able to carry your character through to multiple cases.
Right.
Yeah.
And simply level them up or down. So one more thing.
Ironic that we can't think of the one thing.
It's funny that we can't think of one more thing for one more thing. No.
I say let's go to another thing and it'll come to us.
Okay.
While we're thinking.
So go to a different class and start working on that?
Because that's what I usually do when I can't figure out something.
Okay. Let's go to the serendipitous, because that's... No, the gentleman. The gentleman. That's what I have the most for. Yeah. Here we go. So cut those. Cut the column. It's about there. And then align everything center.
Ponts?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay.
We have
So
punch,
the
read, disarming charm.
Disarming Charm is their first level feature. It's like when interrogating a subject, you may make a suave check contested by the suspects. Suave check. Suave. Persuasion check. No, because you could do that whenever. That's a bad first level feature. So change the mechanic, but keep the idea.
Okay, so what was supposed to be the idea then?
The idea is like the gentleman is charismatic. Like that's his shtick. Is he's charming. So people are more likely to cooperate with him. Or either he's charming or he's got guile and is able to worm information out of people.
Okay. It could just be a basic, like lowers the roll. For interrogator or for who you're interrogating, so it's easier for them to slip up, or it's easier to get information out of them.
Yeah.
So like think like negative guidance.
Yeah. I like that. When you... Oh, this is like... How... Oh, I got it. Bardic Inspiration. But it's like cutting words, Bardic Inspiration for Eloquence Bard.
Oh, okay.
So we are going to go ahead and... I'm going to go back to where it was. We're going to go ahead and add column left. Wrong way. Add column right. I hate that it did that. Like that. Yeah. Disarming Charm. Uses. Temporary, just blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
It could also be like realign to center. It's kind of like Clue Sense. When you activate this feature, you may roll a d6 and add your persuasion modifier. Your persuasion modifier or your suave modifier? Your suave modifier. Yeah. To the roll. You may then target one person. That the next roll or check that person makes takes that number as a penalty to their roll. How's that sound?
Let me reread it.
When,
yeah, it looks good.
When you activate the feature, you roll a d6 and add your suave modifier. Then you target one person, or you target... I'm going to rephrase it so that it's like...
I'ma head out.
Okay.
See ya.
Alright. Bye, Carp.
Bye.
I'll see you Tuesday or beforehand.
Alright, see ya. Is he gone already? He's
Yep,
gone
he's
already.
gone.
Alright. Yeah.
And then 2 remain.
Yep. I think I'm going to go ahead and end stream. We can continue, but I'm going to go ahead and end stream.
Okay.
So...
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you all for those watching the stream, and thank you for those watching in the future.
Watching the VOD.
That's my TTRPG. I might make it into a Kickstarter. Who knows? Thank you all for watching. I will see you Wednesday for regularly scheduled gaming content. Keep staying tuned for the Iota short that's coming out tomorrow. And in the meantime, a farewell.
Womp.
I think I caught that boo womp at the end.